All right, storytelling secret number 1 is conflict. It is a fact that people love drama.
Drama, drama, drama.
Another day, another drama.
The event's co-founder is facing up to 20 years in prison.
You work for something. Don't do that.
Oh my God.
All these drama channels on YouTube are not getting millions and millions of views for no reason. Like, it is not a coincidence that an event called Dramageddon probably has more videos made about it than any other topic on YouTube.
Things are getting absolutely insane as this Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson takedown is taking place. I mean, absolutely everything is happening.
It's not a coincidence that this thumbnail is gonna get more clicks than this one will, or that it takes forever to find out who wins a reality TV show.
The next American Idol for 2020 is...
People love drama, they love the adrenaline of it, and they just love conflict. And this is nothing new. You can see it back in ancient carvings that were depicting battles, and you can see it in Shakespeare's plays. So how do you add conflict into your stories? Well, thankfully, there is a time-tested formula that was used by Shakespeare back in the day, and that is still being used today by creators, and it is called the classic narrative arc. So here's how it works. You're introduced to a character and you get to know him a little bit, and then you learn that that character has a problem. After the problem is introduced, the character spends most of the story trying to solve it, and the longer she tries, the more the tension builds and the more the audience is invested. Finally, things come to a head and the audience finds out whether the character is going to overcome the problem that she's been battling against. And after that climax, the tension falls and we learn how the story is resolved. This classic narrative arc is used everywhere. You're gonna see it in TV shows, you're gonna see it on YouTube, you're gonna see it in advertisements, and you're definitely gonna see it in every fixer-upper show. So, you know, those are the shows where people take some house that's about to fall down and then they renovate it into something that is absolutely gorgeous. And to prove my point, we are gonna watch a little bit of Flip or Flop Nashville, and so let's see how it starts out.
Sometimes it gets hard working with your ex.
Everything about this is wrong.
This house might look like a biohazard now, but when we get done with it, so pretty. It's gonna be a real sweet flip. Bam.
I'm so proud of you.
Uh-oh.
What?
Well,
Whoa. This house stinks.
All right, so now that we have an understanding how bad this problem is that these people are facing, for most of the rest of the episode, we're just gonna watch them struggle to overcome it. So as we watch them try to renovate this house, we're gonna keep asking ourselves, are they gonna be able to turn this nasty property into something that people are actually gonna wanna buy? Spoiler alert, they were successful.
she's just beautiful.
I like it a lot.
So it had a little space, but it was
really
so
weird.
choppy and narrow. None of it flowed right.
Yeah. Now that it's all open, it's great.
All right, now that the audience has seen that the characters, our protagonists here, have pulled it off, the episode wraps up by showing us the reactions of potential buyers in an open house, and then revealing how much profit was made.
What did I hear?
63.5.
That's music to my ears.
All right, as you can see, this show follows that classic narrative arc to the letter, and that's why we get so invested in it. Like, I don't know how many times I have seen some home renovation show playing in the background at somebody's house, and I don't really care about this house, but something about this structure that just makes you want to see how it turns out. I just need to see that after photo, and that's just human nature, and that is why this classic narrative arc works to introduce conflict into your story and to keep your viewers engaged. Now, I know we just looked at an example of a show that is kind of in traditional TV format that was using this art, but YouTubers are still using it today. And I'm gonna show you an example from one of the biggest beauty vloggers on YouTube, Nikki Tutorials, and you're gonna see what I mean.
Hello guys, it's me, Nikki. Hello. In today's video, we're gonna be finding out who knows me better. My fiance, Dylan.
It's me, Mr. Tutorials.
Hi. Or my best friend, Linda.
Hello guys, it's me, Linda. Hello.
So just from watching that intro, we already know what the conflict is. We're already hooked. We want to find out who's going to win. And you know that most of the video, we're going to have to watch like a whole bunch of questions to find out how this is going to get resolved. Now, our girl Nikki is not one of the biggest YouTubers for no reason though, because she is layering on another conflict into this video. We got a double arc here, people, because she is also creating a makeup look.
So I came up with 13 questions, and all questions link up to a product in my routine. And whoever gets the question right will determine which product I'll use for my look today. All right, let's find out who knows me better.
So now we want to know how this makeup look is going to turn out. We also want to know who knows Nikki better, and we're not going to find out either one of those until close to the end, right?
And that's it, guys. That is what my makeup look looks like after finding out who knows me better, my fiance or my best friend Linda. And the winner is Dylan, my fiance, and he loves a tropical look. So together they created this and I am obsessed.
This narrative arc was also used with perfection by our friend Eldad from earlier, right? So we were introduced to the conflict at the beginning, we're facing it in the middle, we're at the climax right here, and by the end, we've got a happy resolution for our characters. Another example is Shark Tank. The conflict there is, are they gonna get this investment or not? And even if you just look at a pitch on the show Shark Tank, like just within the pitch itself, there is conflict that follows that narrative arc.
Have you ever dropped anything down that gap between the seat and center console in your car? You know what I'm talking about. That black hole, that dark abyss, the pit of doom.
This dude is making it seem like dropping something in your car is this earth-shattering disaster, and by amping up the conflict in his pitch, he's making it more compelling. Even if you look at something like a tutorial video, you're gonna see that there's conflict, so take a look at this example.
Now, I get it, when you are running your own business, creating content can sometimes feel like the very last thing you want to do on your to-do list, and it can feel like such a time suck and an energy suck. So today's video is all about how to create consistent content. I'm gonna be sharing my top 3 tips with you.
So this whole tutorial is about the conflict that an entrepreneur faces when they want to make a bunch of content, but they don't have no time. And maybe that's something that sounds familiar, but my whole point is that you're going to find conflict everywhere. And our last example we're going to look at is an advertisement from Nike.
Naomi, who would you compare yourself to?
Who's your biggest rival?
You're a hardcore specialist.
Do you consider yourself Japanese or American?
何か賞金で買いたいものはありますか? How do you deal with the pressure of being on top? 日本語で答えてください. If you win a career Grand Slam.
この後もカツ丼食べますか?
Don't you think you should smile more?
Shh.
So to wrap up this section on conflict, which is our first element that makes a good story, I just want you to keep in mind that no matter what kind of story you're telling, you want to ask yourself, what is the conflict? And you want to put this as a question. So will the dog get rescued? Will they get the deal? Who knows Nikki best? Once you've got your question in sight, then I want you to take a look at this narrative arc and see how can you work that into your story. And I've got some tools in the next lesson that are going to make it easy for you to do this.